Hello and welcome to South West London TV. My name is Pia Jackson and today I have been invited to see Dr. Daya at her Holistic Medical Centre in Upper Wimpole Street. Today she is going to talk me through her approach to holistic medicine and to find out what she means by a holistic journey. So for those of us who perhaps don't have any experience with this, what is holistic medicine and what is a holistic journey?
Well, holistic medicine really refers to looking at the person as a whole being, primarily trying to see what lies at the root of their problem rather than simply treating them symptomatically. And the holistic journey is really describing the process involved. So it's not a one-stop, one-fix session. It's really a gathering of information from different perspectives, what's not looked at typically in the conventional world, but is highly relevant to this patient's symptom or lack of progress.
And what is the first step on a holistic journey?
The first step for the holistic journey is seeing me in conjunction with my colleague Sheila Partridge, who does the biomeridian screening. Now, in this screening session, we look at toxic load, we check if you've got a leaky gut, we look at food intolerances to see what foods you're intolerant to at this moment in time and what foods you can safely have while you start the healing process. We look to see how the lymphatic system is flowing and if you've got toxic metals or radiation accumulated in your body, if you've got parasites or fungus. All these things have to be addressed. And it's looking at the broad, the bigger perspective, that terrain, the soil, if you like, of the tissues in your body. And the job of that first session is to really clean that up. Straight away, as we get the results, we explain them. We formulate a treatment plan straight away. We explain the treatment plan and the supplement regime. And what you walk away with is the option to buy those supplements to get started. But a lot happens in that 1 hour. It's almost like 3 appointments condensed into one. That's how intense and powerful it is. And it's really designed in a way that you can go away for 2 months and just follow what we've recommended and feel the difference.
Say, for example, I have done my first step on my holistic journey and I've gone away and I've changed my diet and I've taken the supplements and, in theory, cleared the terrain. What's the next step? Do I have to have any more tests?
Well, we recommend a second follow-up session with Sheila just to make sure everything is how it should be and the leaky gut's healed and the lymph's moving and the swamp's cleared. At that point, we then review your supplement regime. If there are any persistent symptoms, I might recommend a blood test to explore that, or saliva test to look at the hormones in more detail. But usually that's the kind of sign-off time for Sheila, and then I take you down the journey or explore the journey further with Tony Ryman, who does the functional biochemistry testing. And that looks more specifically at the hormone pathways, if that's the main issue, or energy pathway, if that's the main issue, checking the spleen, kidney, liver to make sure those organs are working to their full capacity, looking at homocysteine levels, collagen, ligament weaknesses. It tests very differently to the biomeridian method of screening, but it does offer valuable information for that next part of the journey. So Tony Ryman will be looking at that, and then we give you a prescription of various nutrients you need to take to put that right. And 2 months later, we get you back again to be reassessed in the same way and to see what's left to be addressed, if anything.
So really a holistic journey is taking a very personalised approach to a person's health and well-being and lifestyle and looking at the root of the problem.
Absolutely. And that's how it should be, because there is no one fix for everybody with the same problem even. You could argue that yes, most people have a leaky gut, most people's liver are struggling to detox, but in terms of what they need to put that right, that's different for different people.
In terms of food therapy, what role does that play in the holistic journey?
Well, food plays a hugely important role and has to be addressed right from the beginning, which is why the food intolerance list is hugely helpful to help people get their head around it. You know, what must they as an individual avoid? You can't blanket everybody into the same food groups. But The Power of Food Therapy is an excellent book to dip into or to familiarize yourself with the language of food therapy. It explores food groups, leaky gut in more detail, the antifungal diet in more detail. So in your own time, you can really get your head around this language of food therapy, what your food options are. If you can't have wheat, what can you have? It's great for explaining, for example, you don't have to be gluten-free. You mostly maybe have to just be wheat and spelt-free. But many people go gluten-free just because they think that's the thing they have to do. That's very extreme, and it's not often necessary in everybody to go gluten-free. But it's apparent from Sheila's testing, some people are gluten sensitive from Sheila's testing, in which case that's what we recommend.
Typically, how long does it take to start to feel a difference or to start to feel better?
Typically, I would say 4 to 6 months people should feel significantly better, and if not, they're doing something wrong. Alcohol often is the big culprit, caffeine, sneaking foods in, eating out is a big insult to the body if people do that a lot. Lifestyle stress is a huge problem for people, learning how to manage stress. So we encourage people, to be self-empowered on their journey, to really take charge of their own healing process and participate and be involved. We're only here to put them on the right track and get them there, and then they've got to maintain it, really.
Thank you, Dr. Daya. Well, hopefully that has given you an insight into how Dr. Daya works and what we mean by the term holistic journey. Now, if you would like any further information on anything we have discussed today or the services available at the Holistic Medical Centre, please do check out the website or give the clinic a call.